How's it going, guys? I'm coming back with another MOAB video here on Black Box. I caught this yesterday, playing with my buddies and stuff. So hope you guys enjoy this video. By the way, I'm it.Thnx, better known as Freezy in the gamer world. I recently downloaded Terminal early this morning, and I've been playing on it, trying to catch the MOAB, but it's just not working out for me today. It's like I woke up so too early, and like I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't have my my strength to do it very good yet. So I don't know, but hopefully I'll get it on to later tonight, or probably for tomorrow. I'll still have a footage of the MOAB on Terminal from my own, and so I wanted to talk about one day when, like last 2 years ago or something like that, I went to my summer vacation to Dominican Republic, since I'm Dominican and you know, I'm Latin or whatever. And I went down to Dominican Republic, and you know, I went to chill with the family or whatever. And I had a near-death experience over there. And basically, what had happened was that we had gone to the beach that day. It was one day we had gone to the beach, the whole family or whatever. And when we had gone to the beach, there was waves or whatever. And I know how to swim, but I was very close to drowning anyways, because there was like a lot of strong waves or whatever, and I wasn't really planning on swimming anyways, but I was like walking kind of like with the water like halfway on my body, like from my waist down, and you know, waves kept coming towards me and I kept dodging them or whatever, and then all of a sudden a wave, like a huge wave, just came over me, and it just like dragged me into the water, like into a deep spot. So you know, I didn't put no mind to it. I started swimming back, but then I caught a cramp on my left thigh, so I couldn't really, like, you know, move my legs anymore. So at this point I started to panic. I was just freaking out, and my aunt and I had two aunts. They were in the water too. They was just like, they were swimming and whatever, and so I caught my cramp in my left eye, and like I said, I started panicking, and the more waves just kept coming and dragging me deeper in, and I'm just like trying to swim back, but with pain. So it was like I was fighting the pain and try to swim back, but it wasn't really working out, because it was like I just stood like in one spot, since the waves kept dragging me back. It's like I'll move up, and then another wave would just come and drag me even more further back, and I was just panicking at this point. So I was like, so I looked around to see how far away I was from, you know, from the shore, and I managed to see my aunts, and you know, I started calling out for help. Like I was, at this point I was just scared out of my behind. I was just, you know, I was petrified, and like I wasn't really thinking about dying though. It was just like in the back of my head, I'm like, all right, let me just try to fight this, try to get to the shore, and you know, make it to safety. And once I noticed I couldn't really swim, I was like, you know what, let me just call out for my aunts, and they came and they started dragging me. But then one of my aunt, when she started kind of like, you know, helping me swim back to shore, she got hit by a wave, and she went back into the deeper spot, and then my other aunt was still holding on to me, and we were still trying to swim back, and it was just chaos. And I didn't swim, no, like, I mean, I didn't swallow any like water, so it's not like I was already starting to drown or anything. But I sunk in for a second. There it goes. It was a pretty quick MOAB, but we only had 19 points. I thought we had more in the game, but anyways, so I sunk in for like a good 5 seconds, and then my aunt came back and continued to try to drag me out of the water into the shore, and then finally I made it back, and then I was just shaken up. I didn't even know if I was gonna make it or not. So it was pretty intense. And then the funny thing is, like, last time also I was like 10, and I had gone to the river, same place. It was Dominican Republic as well, and I had gone to the river. But this age, I didn't really know how to swim. Like, I learned how to swim like when I was like around 13 or 14, around there. Um, but I learned but I didn't know how to swim, and I was like 10 years old, and I had fallen into the river, into the deep spot of the river. Like, I was just walking on the rocks, and I tripped, and I ended up falling into the river. And luckily, my older sister was there, and since for me it was deep because I was 10 and I was still kind of like small, whatever, and I just kind of like sank into the water. And my sister just she saw me, and then I was just like panicking and kicking and waving my arms everywhere. And and she pulled me out just in time because I actually started to swallow some water, and I was just like I was already starting to the point where I was starting to suffocate, and it was just getting crazy. So, but luckily she got there just in time, and I got out. And then like another time when I was like 12, I think, I had gone to my aunt's house, and she has a pool in her backyard. And again, this was in Dominican Republic. I know it seems like every time I go over there, it's like I'm always about to drown or something, which is why every time I always think about that now. Every time I go to DR, I always think that I'm gonna drown or something if I go to the beach or something. But anyways, and I go for, and I stay like on the small side, but then my cousins, they're like, hey, do you know how to swim? And I'm like, since I didn't want to be like left out or whatever, I was like, yeah, I know how to swim. Like, we could just swim, like, race back and forth like that. And I didn't really know how to swim, so they were like, all right, cool. So we started swimming back, and like, well, not swimming, like, they started swimming, and they looked back at me, and they were like, you're a little bit too slow. And I'm like, well, I know, but it's because I'm still practicing or whatever. And they were like, are you sure you know how to swim? And I was like, yeah, I know how to swim. So I had actually gone into the deep spot, and since I didn't really feel the ground underneath me, I panicked, and I was underneath the water, and I literally kept jumping up and down, trying to get to, like, on the edge of the pool, trying to grab onto the edge of the pool and pull myself out of the water. But it wasn't working, because every time I actually gripped the edge, my fingers would slip since they were wet or whatever, and I would just go and sink back into the water. And I don't know, I guess my cousins noticed that I didn't really know how to swim, and they were still, I think they were actually younger than me, but I mean, they know how to swim since they're already over there. And once you live in the Dominican Republic, you basically go to the beach and the river like almost every day. And since they have a backyard pool, then they swam almost every day and every night or whatever. So they were pretty kind of experts, I guess you could say. But since they were younger than me, they weren't gonna try to like pull me out or anything. So they ran to my aunt, and they told her that I was drowning or whatever. But I really wasn't. I was just, because every time I tried to jump out of the water, I actually kind of like got some air when I got out for like 2 seconds, trying to pull myself out of the water. But I wasn't really drowning. I would have probably been on that all day until I finally got out. But yeah, she pulled me back out, and yeah, and it was just crazy. It just seems like every time I go to DRs, I'm always about to drown, and I always have this little phobia of going to DR and even trying to even go into the beach and swim or whatever, because it's just like I'll be afraid of drowning. But I mean, I still do it. I don't care. I know how to swim now. I know how to swim, and so it's so cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this commentary. Please like and subscribe, because otherwise I probably would never even have been here showing you some of these awesome MOAB and high KD game plays. Anyways, like always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and Peace out. See you next time.